So into game number 1 here between Falcons and Twisted Minds. Falcons PH just doing some pretty good job despite the loss again. Yes, last week.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Let's see if they can continue that here. Again, despite being playoff secured, they are still fighting for that upper bracket slot.
See if they can get off to a good start in this best of 3. It'd be great. Twisted Minds bring this lineup. You know, it's not anything too crazy. So Few going really aggressive. Flickers on out, but MP, as we were just saying, maybe they get the right footing already in game 1, and they do.
Talking about crazy, I mean, I think that happened right there and right now. Maybe the game feels like he is out for blood here today.
Yeah, I think in the last 5 years, that's the most aggressive I've seen Few in the middle lane.
Already jumping in again. Escalera gonna try to get away. It does flicker, but it won't be able to escape. So hey, Few gets one back from earlier.
Quick re-uptake here, and Falcons feel like they might be at a bit of an advantage coming up on the top side. Again, Hajizi very happy to just deal with that whatever happens here on the mid. Now we're gonna see them kind of just rotating here up top. Try to get outplayed in the good scenario maybe, but again, map presence already a given for these folks. So pretty sure they're gonna be fine. Maybe run up to the turtle next 20 seconds.
Kaltizi just casually clearing the wave for Super Marco. That means a total reset on that wave. So Team Falcons don't have to worry about the matchup between the Harris and Granger. So that allows them to just focus solely on a turtle take against Twisted Minds.
Yeah, haven't seen anything too crazy yet here, but Falcons really fast attack on the turtle.
Already going to be jumping in. Spatial Migration, or Revitalize going to be popped as well. Kyle TZ will get the turtle. Fights are going to break out. Ogwin holding James out front, and now Kyle TZ is going to be the one to go down, and now Escalera chased by 3 from Team Falcons as Ogwin picks up a kill. So an objective and some kills for both teams.
Yeah, to be fair, you take that for MP the King. Like, he got a kill, and that was the enemy jungler, and that allows him to invade the jungle of Kyle TZ here. Unfortunately, he meets the Granger, and he used the electrifying beats. No retribution as well, so that means purple buff is safe for Kyle.
That's right. And that's usually what's important, right? You don't get that turtle, but you still get that post-turtle kill. Post-turtle team fight. That's usually what our current world champions on the Philippines usually does as well.
Yeah.
So always have something for the trade. Keeps that goal lead very much close together.
Yeah, so far, Twisted Minds are having a good time on MP the King. This Joy is going to be able to scale up and fight against Team Falcons. But remember, there's an upcoming power spike for both the Granger and the Suyo. Once the Sky Piercer comes out for Super Marco, wondering if he's going to rush it this game. Oh, never mind. He's going for the 100 strike first.
Ooh, that's a more conservative approach, isn't it? You want to be able to have a better power spike in the next team fight. Is usually what that means.
Yeah. You usually go for Sea Halberd first against this lineup of Twisted Minds. There's a ton of field on their side.
And Spell Vamp.
Yeah, it's Spell Vamp. But the 100 strike does give him mobility to escape from the clutches of the Guinevere and the Joy. So I do think it's a safe way for Super Market to go with, because I don't think the earlier rush Sky Piercer would actually have worked, considering that Kyle has to recover some ground first.
Yeah, gonna go ahead and sidestep. Escalera gonna be in trouble, gets caught in. The slam wasn't even needed from Ogwin. So already a kill. Turtle comes up. Team Falcons has the numbers advantage. James will go ahead and give that information. So they're gonna go ahead and grab the buffs that they need. Few. Pretty aggressive again in the mid lane, and now has to flicker out defensively from James. Meanwhile, Team Falcons holding the turtle the whole time, waiting for Kyle TZ to make his way. MP just on the other side. Now Few gonna have to get away and dodge out from outplay. Gonna be in trouble. Kyle TZ gets the turtle. Few's already gone. Now Kyle trying to run away. Flap and Ogwin here to help him out. We'll go ahead and split up. Twisted Minds. James slowly whittled down, but they'll call it off. Turtle secured for Team Falcons.
This Galea pick from Team Falcons is soloing some of the top members on the side of Twisted Minds. The Surge of Life with the Revitalize from Clap Easy allows Ogren to sort of like be a fighter as well for Team Falcons.
And that Surge of Life actually hurts. It even attacks towers, by the way, so the damage is insane. The sustain coming in from it is also just impossible to match with in a 1v1 scenario. So I think the Kalea really is working well with a Revitalize, with a Hylos as well in this matchup.
Yep. And for Twisted Minds, at this point, you're basically just waiting for MP the King and Outplay to have their items, but it's go time for Team Falcons.
They're gonna go again, and there's the
Tsunami
Tsunami Slam. Escalera will be able to get away, utilizing the Flicker and the Spatial Migration out.
There you go. Looking really good so far for Falcons. They're taking as much as they can. Twisted Minds just trying to keep that gold as close as possible, but they're having a hard time doing it.
Yeah, Twisted Minds, they're on not recovery mode, but they're just waiting for trades to happen. As they're if you're Twisted Minds, you want to dodge team fights. You want to be able to just get trades, look for potential counter engages. For Team Falcons, now that they have the Sky Piercer on Super Marco, it's go time. This is the time where you want to showcase the strength of the Suyo and the Granger.
Yeah, and a few also has that glowing wand, so we got lifesteal under control here.
Wow, so Glorious Pathway dropped down my Flap just to keep the turret up. Good usage from Flap Teasy there and Super Marco. That was 4 members of Twisted Minds up there.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I mean, it's an attempted push, but Team Falcons have defended, but they've exhausted the Glorious Pathway, so this is going to be a much easier take here for Twisted Minds if they ever want to contest.
They should contest this. They know that's down for now. Still going to be able to respect that front line. Again, they're going to force a fight here. Revitalize going to be used as well, and Turtle for the taking. It's going to be Kyle that grabs it again. Already one down, and Kyle Teasy will jump in to go in with the Surge and the Soul Sever, but no one falling from Twisted Minds. But they slowly continue to lose ground in the gold department.
Dude, Few, the veterancy and the experience on this guy, he had the Fettered Airstrike copied with IMU, and then he saw MP the King trying to cross from the middle lane, so he went on and used the Fettered Airstrike to poke the Joy, and MP the King was late to that turtle fight. Even though they lost the Hylos to Twisted Minds, they still are able to get the turtle for Kyle Teasy.
Yeah, that turtle really does stack up, and it does matter over time. So right now, it feels like just Flap Teasy going down. That's a trade I would take any day.
Yeah, at this point, if you're Twisted Minds, you're just buying time. You're buying time for MP the King and Outplay to get their items. Look for the the team fight in the later stages of the game, especially around the Lord dances. And right now, Team Falcons, as much as they're leading by 2k gold, they're just up by a full tower, and that's it. Twisted Minds, they're still free to roam around the map. They're not constricted with their map movements. There's still lanes to be covered, and a lot of minions to be farmed. So I think if you're Twisted Minds, you're still happy.
Oh, again,
the game.
Pathway drop down. Gonna be looking for Hot Cheesy. Hot Cheesy out of the picture already. Tsunami Slam back in. A flicker from James, though, will try to keep him alive. And he does get away with his speed here on that Hilda. So only one casualty there. Team Falcons gets it.
That's not a good trade for Falcons, I would say. Yes, they got the kill before us, but they also lose the tower on the top lane. Even though the Purify was burned on Hajizi, still, you're not touching the course of Twisted Minds.
Yeah, not really able to do that much. Actually, I saw the gold dip below like 1,800 lead, so that means there was really some good that happened for Twisted Minds in terms of gold in that last trade. But then again, there's still so much map control here for Falcons. I feel like they have so much to work with either way.
And there's a Halberd for Super Marco. Now this changes things up. So some form of anti-heal for the Granger. And I do think Few has a glowing one as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he does. He built that really quickly. It was first item.
Lord Dance.
It's still going to be used. Escalera trying to lead the charge here. Lord, a fourth of the health. MP's going to jump in. Kyle gets it again with the retribution after he goes down. So Kyle falls. Lord secure, though, for Team Falcons. They'll go ahead and just regroup without the jungler here.
It's actually insane, bro. Do you see that? Owen literally just bodied Escalera.
That block
Oh my
from
god.
the rumor of Twisted Minds really prevented that Lord fight from both Escalera and Outplayed. MP the King losing the retribution to Suyu. Of course, Suyu. Soul Sever retribution. Yeah, pretty broken.
Pretty difficult to
Yeah.
win.
Tile Strike is already used up here, but Tsunami Slam is available. They're trying to go and wrap around, but there's just no way that Twisted Minds can get a good angle to attack.
Open's got that ultimate flap as well. They're just going to go ahead and try to walk this Lord up. Main goal is to get some of these shields down. If Conceal was used, MP pushed in that mid lane, and they might try to cut him off, but I don't think they're going to be able to catch him. They know the orange buff is up. Lord already dealt with, still holding on to the shield there on that bottom side from Twisted Minds. Main focus for Team Falcons is to get the turrets they can and steal what buffs they can.
Yeah, get rid of those towers so that they can actually control the map. So far, Empty King, again, still dodging the team fights that Team Falcons are getting into in the middle lane, but this is going to be a different story.
And jumping again with Tsunami Slam. They'll find Escalera this time with the Tidal Strike and Tsunami Slam comboed together. They find Escalera, but that turret in the mid still stands.
Special delivery. That's what Oakland's calling out here, and Escalera is having a bad time in this game.
Yeah, but look at the farm though. They're almost neck and neck. Like this gold lead from Team Falcons is mostly coming from the Granger, out farming, outplayed. But do take note, Twisted Minds, they have an amazing late game.
And Peter King still 3-0.
Yeah, exactly. Just constantly trading the map, and now they finally break the tower in the middle lane. But at what cost? They got a tower on the bottom lane as well, and Empty King still is farming.
So it does feel like they're losing out on money. They're hemorrhaging money from out of nowhere. It's like their pockets are kind of have holes in it, you know? The way that they're going around the map and doing some trades, Twisted Minds are actually doing something pretty good. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, there will come a point in time where this Joy will be unmatched in the side lane. Like, they have to at least put 2 heroes there. Or unless they want to put the Hylos on the side lane, which is bad. Because, you know, they would just not care about the Hylos at all. And then fight 4v5 with Twisted Minds. So, I do think there's a lot of danger with Team Falcon's timings right now. Like, they're leading by 2.7k, but you're also playing into the late game of a Joy and a Harriet that could just demolish these frontliners of Team Falcons.
And they're really going to suffer here a lot, especially that front line. James can't really keep the fight properly corralled here.
Anybody see that, Retry?
Yep.
I had my eyes closed for like 5 seconds. So
Kyle got it.
Yeah, but there were like a couple of HP left. But they know there's no retribution in Kyle, though.
There's no burn, and that's fine. They can try to buy some time here if you're Falcons. But Twisted Minds see, you know what? Maybe we have an opening here.
Hello? No retry?
No retry, but he's going to have it now.
He's going to have it back up now.
He's going to go ahead and start it up.
Okay.
Already gave him the signal that they
Flap's here.
are ready to fight it out. Flap taking a couple shots. Owen just kind of taking a peek from the air.
Escalera's
going to jump in and won't be able to find that connection he was looking for. Still fight breaking out. Glorious Pathway dropped down too. Flap finally gone. Twisted Minds might get control, but no. Super Marco will be able to find James, and now they get the Lord as well. MP gets stopped in his tracks, and now Escalera on the run, but Kyle will find him. Immortality popped, and Super Marco picks up a kill, 3 down for Twisted Minds.
Wow, Ogren making the difference here for Team Falcons. Stopping MP the Green King, not just once, but twice in that team fight. And also that Lord knockup, 6v5 situation for Twisted Minds. James, very unfortunate. Could have flickered out, by the way. But that knockup from the Lord allowed Team Falcons to reset the fight and reposition with Ogwen.
Bad boy Lord right there. He knew the assignment and he actually went for it. And right now, Twisted Minds have to mount a pretty incredible defense here to really block this out. James having a hard time keeping that front line in check here.
Okay, Lord's going to be dealt with. Going to do as much damage as they can. They're going to jump in under the pathway, under the turret. Ogwen's already gone. Still, Twisted Minds going to be able to hold their own under that push from the Lord, but that turret finally going to go down. James flickers out defensively. Another turret's going to fall in the mid lane, and Escalera might try to swing around to be able to catch Super Marco. The base is already going to be worked on, but the minions are up, and that might be all that Twisted Minds needed to stay in the game.
Could defend, but there's still more minions that are coming in. Feathered Airstrike already used. So this is definitely an opportunity for Team Falcons if they want to take it, but they're going to back off.
Luckily, you do have that Farsa, which is pretty decent in the mid-game, or sort of late game here. But you might get a chance to see that late game that the Farsa might have a hard time catching up.
Yeah,
that's my biggest problem with Farsa right now, though. Although he's very strong in the early, right?
Yep. I mean, it's still strong in the late game, but there's definitely a lot more tools in the arsenal of Team Falcons here, especially with the Glorious Pathway, the jumps from Ogwen. But right now, the main problem for Twisted Minds is the prevention from Ogwen. not allowing MP the King to join to join the fight.
Yeah,
No pun
that's
intended
true.
there. But for Twisted Minds, again, there's a lot of angles that could be potentially explored with by the Harith and the Joy, but they have to deal with this Kalia first, because honestly, Ogun at this point is getting to Twisted Mind's nerves.
He's just
Kalia is loco.
yeah, I was gonna say he's just he's the bodyguard, man. Like how many times has he body blocked basically all those angles that Twisted Minds can actually try to take?
He's a UFC master.
It's so satisfying.
Master Ogun.
It's so satisfying to just watch a Kalea play, right? Especially with the way Ogun's doing
If
it.
you're playing it, yeah.
If you're playing it,
But if you're against it,
no,
yeah.
the sound effects, man, it's so
Yeah.
crunchy.
But if you're against it, no, no, that's not fun. It's not fun to play against.
It's over and over again, right?
I've never played her, so I don't know the sound effects.
You're gonna love the sound effects, man. It's so crunchy and it's so nice. It's so wonderful to hear, especially if you're teammates with it.
I've never heard sound effects described as crunchy.
Crunchy.
It is though.
I'd say crispy, not crunchy.
Okay.
Like the sounds are crisp, but I would say it's crispy, but also a lot of bass.
There's a lot of. You just feel the impact, and I think right now we are seeing the big impact of Escalera in this game. And Hansa Ogun though, Escalera very early conceal here.
Is going to use it. They burn out a flinker, but Hajizi popping the feathered airstrike too.
Wow.
So this Lord's going to be starting up. Just a couple crucial spells used already. A couple ultimates for both sides too. MP will wait patiently. Maybe this is the one he's able to steal from Kyle Teasy. It's going to go for a reset for now though.
Dude, Kyle Daisy dodged the flicker jump once. Few did the same thing. And this is respect from Team Falcons and also just a methodical and fundamental approach. They know that Escalera just might find a target there, so they just committed with a flicker to get out.
Owen jumping in again, already utilizing the Tsunami Slam, but James going to be fine. They're going to force the fight anyway. Lords are going to be worked on. There's the spatial migration into the Requiem. Flap TZ's gone, and Ogun Immortality going to be popped. He's still going to be alive, though. And they force them back. It's Twisted Minds. MP jumps in on the fight, and Kyle will get the Lord, and now MP on the run. Kyle TZ goes and cleans up the fight and outplayed. Dropping down the Zaman Force. Kyle's going to be dropped down too. Pops the winner crown. Dude trying to help him out. Super Marco trying to get space from James. Gets the immortality. The jump in from Ogwin. They're 1 versus 2. Meanwhile, top view held his own as well. He bought time. Marco might jump in. Flickers forward. Gets a couple shots off. Rhapsody into outplayed, but Escalera's there with him too. The gold versus the Rome battle. Outplayed goes in. He has jumped out of the trouble now. Super Marco goes in and gets the kill, and the Lord goes down the mid.
He thought he had it. He thought he had it. No flicker. No rondos well from Super Marco, but the Zaman Force ended. Haji though. Oh, the immortality purchase.
Gets the immortality and the rose gold.
Right on time.
Swaps
my
that out.
goodness,
What a
this game.
trade.
They stay in the game.
Yeah, the burst as well. From Kyle Teasy earlier in Super Marco to outplay MP the King. The opportunity was there for the Joy to steal the Lord, but the Death Sonata with the Soul Sever and Retribution got the Lord here for Team Falcons. And then what happened after that was an amazing sequence of micro mechanics from both Twisted and Team Falcons.
But wasn't this exactly what we were talking about before the game started? Twisted Minds are so good. They're adept at these team fights. They know how to kill their opponent.
Yeah, outplayed, almost had an outplay scenario there, but unfortunately, the Zaman Force ran out, and he didn't have enough Chrono Dashes against Super Marco, and then that Immo purchase was sexy from the
Sexy.
Bulletproof.
It's
'Cause
last minute.
He did not want to die right there.
He's still bulletproof, man.
Yep, still holding on to that 0 death.
Super clutch, and I'm really loving what I'm seeing. Right now, Falcons feel like they are at least a little bit ahead in terms of overall gold, but that gold isn't really that much. It's only 2.7k.
810 stacks. That's almost unlimited. Rhapsody for Super Marco. Could just
50
spam
stacks.
it for days.
50 stacks is a lot as well. That's gonna hurt
Yes, sir.
on that Sky Piercer.
That's like what? 11%, right?
Or that.
Or 13? I forgot the numbers on the Sky Piercer, honestly.
Insane. And on the other hand, Outplayed is still staying true to his name, able to do some really crazy stuff. Same with View, by the way. He was doing a 1v3, 1v2 up there. He actually got a kill.
Yeah. Oh, James.
Oh, James.
Just for some vision.
Trying to get that vision.
Look at that bait.
And out.
See, this is why Grange is OP, man. Marksmen aren't supposed to be able to do this, with the sole exception of Claude, sure, but that's a mobility spell. This is a poke that in the late game is spammable as hell.
In that range as well. The range is insane, right? So
Yeah.
it's one of those things. And now James, maybe he's caught up on items. Maybe he can hold the front line a little bit better this time around with Escalera on the sides. Obviously trying to get more catches on this Guinevere.
Oh, Twisted Minds actually has good control around this Lord. Baptiste given the information. You got the wave pushing it up top. They're probably going to deal with that. Escalera's going to be able to jump in. Gore's pathway to try to cut them off. And Kyle Teasy chasing Hajizi down. He's going to get stunned though. Still looking for the kill. He's going to be able to find Haji. Haji's gone. But Kyle's gone in exchange. MP's still up. But Super Marco will pick up another kill. The flicker forward from Few. They're going to force MP back.
Look at the
They
base.
still have control. The base is being pushed. Twisted Minds has to go back to deal with that. But Lord is secured by Ogwin.
Oh, it's
They'll
close.
clear out the
Oh my
minions.
God.
And
Oh
they
my
keep
God,
it
it's Vegas.
together.
It's close.
They can push this in. A Few and Super Marco and Flap. They just have to walk in with these minions.
2 more hits.
Gore's pathway drop down. Twisted Minds will try to do everything they can to stay in the game.
MP.
Clear things out. They get the winner crown to pop already. And they're jumping in towards it. And Super Marco will end the game. And now 1-0.
What just happened?
That was extreme. That was honestly, that was a very stressful